Crazy Eight. Radio 8.
Take us through that last play, just what happened and what unfolded. What was, I don't know if you were screened or what happened on that last play.
Jamal Murray made a shot. And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of the Grade A Show. We got some familiar faces here. Draco, what's good? Mike, what's good? Moosa's here. Tommy's here. Jeff, welcome to the first episode, your first episode of the Grade A Show, man. How y'all doing?
Thanks for having me. Appreciate that.
Cool.
Man,
we here. Let's get it.
Crazy week of playoffs. Y'all seen the clip from before. We'll get into that. Everybody watching, make sure y'all like the channel. Continue to subscribe, man. Again, I've been saying it the last couple episodes. We can't thank you enough. We have surpassed 100 subscribers. Thank you guys. We still got a long way to go. Just keep on tuning in, keep on commenting, just keep on watching, keep on sharing, do what y'all gotta do. We're gonna do what we gotta do. We appreciate y'all. We know, and we've been shouting out this Grade A giveaway. We're gonna get into that pretty soon. All right. Just want to shout out Debbie. What's up, man? How you doing, man? And Fortnite Kid, what's going on, man? What's going on? Shout out to y'all. I know y'all ready for the Grade A giveaway. We're gonna get into that soon. But the Lakers is down 0-3.
Peso. Hold on. I'll give you some grace. We got a new guest on the show, man. We need that top 10.
I mean,
run them off the hook.
I was going to get into that. But
right off the bat.
Since you want to be co-host of the year.
Yeah, W host, man. W host.
Go ahead, Hefe. What's your top 10, man? Let's start it off with that.
Thrown into the fire.
Hey, man. Same, man. Put me on the spot. I got you.
Now, hold on, Jeff. Hold on. Musa, Draco, Mike, Tommy, y'all been here. Y'all know how we do things. What's the requirements? Are we going based off of this season? Are we going overall? How we doing it?
This season?
I did this season. When y'all did it for me, I did this season. So he got to do this season.
This season with a tad bit of legacy based into it.
Let's hear it, Jeff.
Shoot, I got you. I really got you. Number 1 is Jokic. Easy. Number 2, I got Giannis. 3, Luka. 4, I got Shea. 5, Embiid. 6, LeBron. 7, Kawhi. 8, KD. 9, Davis. 10, Tatum.
Ooh.
10, and I'm a Celtics fan.
I didn't even hear
And I'm a
Anthony
Celtic,
Edwards.
and I'm a Celtics fan. Anthony Edwards is top 12 to me. Top 12 to me. He get into that. He get into that top 10
Giannis
like
this
one more
season
year,
Giannis this season is the second best player in the league.
in my opinion.
So let me ask you this real quick. So
You got two Lakers in the top 10.
are we carrying? Is your top 10 carrying into what you see in this postseason too?
Postseason to be seen. But I'm just going off of the regular season from this year.
That's fair.
That's where my opinion was based off of at this point.
That's
So
fair.
that could change up. It hurt me not to even put Curry in the top 10, but
Yeah, that's tough. Wait, who did you
it
say?
hurt me not to put Curry in the top 10.
You had Jokic.
I put Davis before Curry.
So you had Jokic 1, Giannis 2, Luka 3, Shea
Luka
4.
3, Shea 4.
And who was 5? Who was 5 for you?
Embiid.
Hmm.
I think Embiid's had a better year than Kawhi.
I can understand that the Embiid take, given that he was out half of the
Tatum
season.
at 10 is crazy.
Musa, where you got Tatum on your list?
You said Tatum at 10 is crazy?
At least he got to be 6. At least.
And I agree, not including postseason. Now, when we go into
regular
next season, we could talk a little bit different about this top 10. I ain't gonna get into that too far yet.
You know I had AD as the most consistent Laker this season over LeBron.
I wanna bring this person up. You know, I respect your top 10, Jeff. Shout out to your top 10. It's not bad. I want to bring this person up because this is what we here to talk about. This is what we here to talk about.
The shades.
Well, I thought you was a Knicks fan.
My man Ace.
He flipped.
1 week it's the Knicks. 1 week it's LA.
What about the Brooklyn Nets?
Yo,
first of all, New York is the home team, home state, and everything like that. But I'm standing 10 toes down with my Lakers. I said that before the podcast, after the pod, during the pod, and here today. You hear me? Jeff, what up, man? I'll get to you on the introduction and everything like that. I'm a little tardy. However, as you can see, I ain't giving up. Is the series over?
Yes.
Is the series over? Are you really asking that question?
Lakers is winning 4 straight.
Has it been 4 games already?
Lord have mercy.
It's been over. It's been over.
You know what I'm saying?
The Celtics tried to make a run last year. Let's give them a chance too, I guess.
Hey, listen, we ain't talking about the Celtics right now.
Oh,
we ain't talking about the Celtics right now.
What do they have to lose? Go out there swinging. We've shown that we had to lead each game.
Ace, game 1.
That's the point I was going to go to, actually.
Game 1, they went out there swinging. Game 2, they went out there swinging.
No, I'm not. Hold on. Game 2, they damn sure swung. It's just Nuggets swung back harder. Game 2
was their best game.
Game 2 was the best game. Game 2, Nuggets swung back harder. That's what I'm saying.
D'Lo gave them 7 threes and they still couldn't pull out.
Oh, that game is perfect for them to win.
I'll just say this: Denver's been toying with y'all boys all the last 2 years.
Jokic been putting to ass.
Imagine being up 10 in the first game, you lose. Imagine being up 20 the second game, and you get 20s plus from D'Angelo Russell.
We've seen
lose
this before,
and then you up again.
Heartbreaker by Jamal Murray's
Lakers
game winner.
Been the only team to give up 20-point leads this season.
They're not.
But hold on.
Not. But we talk about the Lakers.
I need Durant to get some of that same scrutiny too.
Oh, we gonna get there.
Oh yeah.
We gonna get there because I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up in a second. But let's not take stop trying to move the goalposts. We on the Los Angeles Lakers.
We talk about the Lakers.
We gonna get to Phoenix.
I'm here to look all y'all in the eye and say Lakers.
I can't see your eye. My boy been on that good. That's why. That's why.
He got the shades on.
I'm not worried.
Hey man,
what we did in the press conference when they went 3-1, I'm not worried. You hear me?
Hey, LeBron had them shades on after Game 4, going to Cabo with KD and the rest of them. So it's okay, man. Understand this though, y'all put y'all best foot forward in Game 2 and still lost. Up until Game 3, you wonder who scored off your bench? Torian Prince. Nobody else has scored until Game 3, and you know how they did it?
Get a better
free throw from Spencer Dinwiddie. That was the first. He was the second player to score off y'all bench the whole series. If y'all ain't getting up from that bench, y'all not gonna win.
So who we holding accountable for this losing? Who falls?
It's plenty of blame to go around. I'll tell you who I'm not gonna blame as much. That's Anthony Davis.
Facts.
But
That's the only
other
person.
than that,
He gets some of
everyone's
that
gonna
too.
get blamed.
I'm not
Darvin
gonna.
Ham, because there's no adjustments. You have D'Lo gets blamed, Braun especially especially last game because he's talking about we can't let Aaron Gordon get the dunker spot, yada yada yada. Yet in game 3, if you watch, he kept giving up the dunker spot to Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was like 8 for 11 in the dunker spot in game 3, and it was mostly on LeBron because he was ball watching because he's so focused on what Jokic is doing. You giving up the back door to Aaron Gordon all game. So LeBron's definitely getting blamed for this too. And you know how I feel about Braun, but I keep it a buck on here. So, hey, Darvin Ham out here looking like Joe Mazzulla last year with Mr. No Adjustments.
Jeez.
LeBron is old. Let's just keep it a buck. He's old. D'Lo over the eating peanuts while everyone else is in the huddle. and nobody else can score but Torian Prince. Think about that. Torian Prince is your savior off the bench right now. And let's not talk about how Austin Reeves has been getting cooked. They've been hunting him on pick and roll, especially game 2. If you notice down that stretch, they was continue to attack him on that pick and roll. That boy was so gassed, he wasn't even in the stance, nothing. So it's plenty of blame to go around. AD needs to the hell with everybody else and give me the damn ball in the second half. That's the biggest problem I got with AD.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up.
Yeah. Let us know when we could talk, Musa.
Draco, since you asked, I mean, who do you think? Who do you think has the blame mostly for what's going on over there in LA?
I ain't gonna hold you. That whole organization's terrible right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go through from the top. It starts from the top all the way down. It's just not the players and the coaches.
The coach is trash. D'Angelo Russell only had technically one good game in this series, right? We could say one good game. Austin Reeves,
mid.
I don't know who that is right now. Now they playing Gabe Vincent. Like who's really over there? We're gonna say Braun and AD over there, but realistically, man, Braun old. He's still averaging 26 a game, but he old, bro.
It's not a deep roster. It's not like well constructed. It doesn't seem like they put that much thought into making themselves like a real contender in the West. So you can't rely on LeBron.
But the thing is,
at this point in his career, you can't rely on LeBron like that to be covering AD in the dunker spot. Like I feel like that's not even fair to LeBron at this stage in his career. Like they should have given him a better roster to be equipped for that.
See, I'm not gonna agree with that at all.
That roster is chips without the 2 stars.
It's the same roster that made the Western Conference Finals last year.
Not even that. This is the same roster that everyone in the offseason was bigging up. The Lakers, Rob Pelinka should get a Grammy for the roster he constructed, yada, yada, yada.
Hold on.
It goes back down to adjustments, the coaching adjustments. Why aren't you playing Cam Reddish? Cam Reddish can defend. Give some player, yes, I said Cam Reddish. Yeah. You need, because all 3 ain't getting the job done in the pick and roll. You don't have a point of attack person. Put players in. Play Jackson Hayes with AD so that can help on the glass. That way you limit Jokic's second chances and him getting the ball off to everybody else.
I feel like we're looking at it differently because
are they going to get buckets though? They're going to defend, but are they going to get buckets?
It's hard because there's not a lot.
Cam Reddish might get hot. Who knows?
So Lakers defense.
I trust him more than I trust Gabe Vincent shooting the ball. If I'm gonna be honest, and he's a bigger body for defense.
Vanderbilt and Christian Woods is not there. Now, I'm not saying they're going to save the season, but those are extra bodies you could throw in there for defense.
Well, hold up. Let's look at
don't play no defense.
Go ahead, Ace.
Let's look at it from this angle, right? Who has Darvin Ham lost to in the postseason?
That's
the point. It's only been the Nuggets. He's a second-year head coach, and it's only been the Nuggets. Let's start with that.
You're right.
Secondly, you said game 2. Game 2, AD went scoreless in the last 19 minutes on 1 shot attempt.
Whose fault is that?
Both. That was the point I made.
Well, hold on, Musa. My team. Let me get it like 2 minutes. Let me get a little something.
Go ahead, man. Talk with your chest now.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but I'm trying to get a little word out.
Go ahead now.
All I'm saying is everybody's to blame, but right now that pointing finger ain't going to help the game forward tonight. All right. What we need is camaraderie. What we need is togetherness and everything like that. Lakers in 7. You hear me? Remember this right here. All right. LeBron's turnovers has been crazy to me. The game's faster now. We don't want to hear that. Get up and go. The replay center messed up, but there's nothing we can do about it now.
Mike, I'm interested to know your thoughts on the Lakers being down 0-3 right now.
Well, I think it was pathetic that they didn't give AD the ball in the fourth quarter, game 2, after those first 3 quarters. Only one shot. Come on, man.
Start that over. Start that over. I want you to say that line again.
I think it was pathetic that they didn't give AD the ball in the fourth quarter, man. He 34 points in the first 3 quarters, and you only give the man one shot in the fourth? What are y'all doing? And then on top of it, I know you mentioned about the roster being the same this year. You can't forget about Lonnie Walker last year. He came off the bench and was icing games in the fourth down that playoff stretch for the Lakers last year. That's a big piece that they don't have still.
Which they could have re-signed, but they didn't.
Yep, absolutely. They could have.
Adjustments. Yeah.
But they did good the first 2 rounds with him.
They're missing Dwight Howard.
You know, it's the crazy thing to me is that I wish him or Boogie Cousins still had the opportunity to get back in the league. Definitely what we see in the bubble from the Lakers is something that is evidently what they need right now, a big body in that paint. AD's been doing his thing. But I put the blame on the coach, just like Draco said, from top to bottom. I mean, I'm going to start from there, yeah. But mainly Darvin Ham. I mean, that game, too, he left the game with 2 timeouts left in the game and didn't make no quite adjustments and stuff like that. I think what really changed the Lakers with their scheme offensively was when Coach Malone adjusted and put Aaron Gordon, I believe, in the third quarter on AD. And switched him from Jokic because AD's been killing Jokic all series. Let's just call it what it is. Offensively, he's been killing him all series, but it just seems like the Lakers strayed away from giving him the ball once they made that switch. It doesn't make any sense to me. And then for somebody to have as high as a IQ, I'm not diminishing LeBron or anything like that, but for him to have 30-something points in that first half, being up 20, and then not feed them in the second half was kind of wild to me. But LeBron was hot. He was on a tear that second half too. So that last shot that he took before Jamal Murray hit that fadeaway mid-range was a pretty good look. I just think with 13 seconds on that shot clock left, it could have been something a little better he could have got done, being that it was a tie game. But, hey, I love the faith for you, Ace, and your Lakers. But clearly the series is over. So
it's only been 3 games. It's only been 3 games. And I feel like with that last shot, he should have waited, but he was so open that it was just like, hey, what better look would we get than this wide open 3? He hit 2 previous on the different trips coming down. I feel like that D-Lo foul would have changed the difference, but it's basketball. They played a whole nother game after that. I'm not here to cry about that. When you're up 20, it shouldn't come down to a refs missing a foul call. You got to finish that game and finish your food. I'm here to say that now, and I'm taking accountability for them. I'll talk to them boys tonight before the game in the huddle. But
how you feel, Ace, about D'Lo sitting down eating a snack during a timeout call?
Let me tell you something.
He took the shades off.
D'Lo got a lot of blame from last year with the same team. Game 1, we said it's game 1. Game 2, hell of a performance. Game 3 to do all that. What is Stephen is? Get him out of there, bro. Like I don't know. You of all people need to be in the huddle. You need to be holding the clipboard.
It says the same man that was vouching for him to be a good player or a star. You had him on the list, the tier list that we had 2 weeks ago.
Regular season D'Lo was on the tier. This one, I don't know who this. This is D'Angelo. You know what? From now on this park, we know it's no D'Lo. It's D'Angelo. It's D'Angelo.
Government.
They need to package. They need to package D'Lo with someone or something and get like DeJounte Murray.
AD been balling, but when he goes back to being trash, that's Antoni. Right now, it's D'Angelo. I don't know what D'Angelo got going on. On the bench, on the side, LeBron don't even do that. Like who like almost got live for the viewers. But who do you think you are? What have you done?
You right. LeBron do that on the court. He don't do it during the timeout. but
I mean,
they need to flip D'Lo for DeJounte, Trae Young, or Zach LaVine.
Trae Young ain't saving their problems. Neither is Zach LaVine. But I will say a lot of heroics people and praise gave Russell for that game too. I want people to realize, for those who don't remember, that was his highest scoring game ever playing Denver in the last 2 years. He averaged 6 points last season in the Western Conference Finals. So to expect him to come up with another 20, no. This is who he is. This is as good as saying James Harden in the playoffs. Like at some point, you know they're gonna flop. That's why I was not surprised by it. And it is what it is. That roster is not constructed to beat the Nuggets. They can play a competitive game for a full half, maybe half of the quarter in the fourth, but it's time to execute in that game, end of the game.
I just feel like Nuggets have way more two-way players. They could defend and guard. But I love how when we in this hot seat on the Lakers, I love it. I'm not running from this adversity, this challenge, or anything like that. But like I said, there's other teams.
I just feel, I don't mean to cut you off, Ace. I just feel like your skin is boiling from when we talk about the Celtics.
That's what I was waiting.
Your skin is boiling.
It's not. I'm
just saying. It is.
But
don't
Phoenix,
let Miami win tonight.
Even without the Celtics, Phoenix is facing the same type of problems and scrutiny. How much money did they spend on their roster? Like, we haven't even batted an eye over there at them.
Before I said they wasn't gonna do nothing. They ain't got no defense over there.
Before we get to because there's a whole lot of playoffs we got to talk about. Before we get to Phoenix though, and Minnesota, definitely want to talk about them next. Jeff, and then I'll go to Draco next. How do you feel about the comments that LeBron James made stating that it's just basketball? What does that mean? It's just basketball. I'm trying to understand.
You know LeBron. LeBron's a floor general. He's a playmaker, a maestro. Like this guy's just manipulating the media. Like he's tight. He's mad about losing to the Nuggets. Like I don't think LeBron's a loser. So he's definitely taking that to heart. I think he's just mad about his roster, honestly. Like I think him saying that is just admitting that it's not gonna get to 5 games. It's gonna end in 4, and they're gonna have to figure out what to do in the offseason because I don't think this roster constructed is best for LeBron at this stage of his career, nor like if LeBron was in his prime, this roster would still be the best for LeBron. He needs two-way players surrounding him. He needs sound coaching and a sound scheme, and what they're asking from him to get over the hump against like a really like potent offensive engine in the Nuggets. I don't know if he could do this at this stage right now. Like AD is AD and he's been a beast, but like I don't know if AD is still ready to be the head of the snake yet, which is another conversation in itself. But it's not looking too good in Lakers town right now. And I'm not even like taking joy in that because I want to see LeBron competitive and get to the Western Conference Finals. I want to see him kill it like in the end stage of his career, but it's just not looking too pretty right now in terms of the series, in terms of the matchup, and I think LeBron is just putting the writing on the wall right now too.
Draco, where you at with that comment?
His teammates are stressing out. Bro just shot 0 for 7. Usually take 12, 15 shots, bro. Shoot till you miss. Realistically, bro, how many points y'all scored that day? We all scored 0 that day. This man had 7 shots and couldn't hit 1. He couldn't hit 1 shot.
Cook. Can't argue with that logic.
No, like seriously, how much you paying him to miss? Millions. Bro, you better shoot that ball till you make it. Like, they nervous out there. That's all it is. Everybody's still nervous. It's just basketball. He trying to, like, but then again, they ain't playing basketball no more, bro. They just out there.
If you're nervous, that's a preparation issue then, huh? That's like a...
Nah, you know what it is? They got a whooping last year and PTSD. They suffering PTSD right now. You know, D-Lo had that one good game, and then he remembered. He looked at last year again and was like, nah, I can't do this again.
Can I ask y'all a question on the panel?
Go ahead, Musa.
Why the hell is Darvin Ham giving Spencer Dinwiddie minutes, but not with Cam Reddish?
I mean, I think that they brought Spencer Dinwiddie because they didn't really trust D'Angelo Russell. I mean, I definitely agree with that point.
That was supposed to be D'Lo's replacement.
But
I'd rather have D'Lo with his right hand before I want Spencer Dinwiddie. What the hell am I doing with Spencer Dinwiddie?
Mike, what's your take on LeBron James saying that it's just basketball?
Well, I think he knows that they don't have a shot really this year, and it's just where he is in his career. He's still putting up numbers at this age, which is crazy. And I think he's starting to put the writing on the wall that he's probably going to leave Los Angeles eventually and play with his son, because I can't see the Buss family drafting his son right now with a draft pick. That dude, the way he was last year in college after the heart attack, he would be an undrafted free agent at this point. Wasting a draft pick on him would be crazy. He has the potential, but I didn't see it last year.
T-Top.
I think he's taking it from a IQ standpoint. Like, they're just out there doing, like, taking dumb shots. I think some of D'Lo's threes were not supposed to be taken. They just, like, when he says it's just basketball, you just gotta feel it out and take great shots. You know, I think AD's been doing that, just picking his poison. But other than that, everybody else, besides Torian Prince, I think everybody else is taking bad shots and they're not thinking it through. I think Rui's been ass. I think D'Lo's up and down, like we said. And Austin Reeves, he's been pretty mid too. So, I mean, that's pretty much the whole team. They have no hope. I think they get swept tonight. Bring out the brooms.
So real quick before I get to Musa, man, we got people in the comments asking who's the other viewer. I'm not too sure if they're asking who's the other viewer or who's the other guest. But if nobody knew the guest that was on the show today, his name is Jeff. Thank you for coming. Hopefully we can have you on many more shows. Musa, how do you feel about that comment from LeBron?
Not the right time and place for it. But that's LeBron for you. He gonna pick his timing all right. I mean, yeah, no shit. We know it's just basketball. But at the end of the day, you guys ain't executing the simple stuff. And that's why you guys are losing. It's not like they can't compete with Denver. They just can't execute at the end of games. And goes back to what I mentioned earlier about the coaching. Darvin Ham isn't a scheming enough different plays. He's not throwing at different bodies. He's giving Jokic the same looks. So Jokic is going to dissect that every time. It's been the same thing since last season, which is why they're in the position they're in now. I believe they should throw different bodies. I know I'm going to keep saying it, but Cam Reddish sure got minutes, especially if you give him Dinwiddie minutes, who've been there barely half the season. Give Cam Reddish minutes. Because he can be a POA, and for those watching, if you don't know what POA is, it's point of attack. So it's a person on the ball handler, especially during the pick and rolls. He can fight over those screens. He can give you that spark. He can play defense where he can get quick, easy transition buckets, and that's going to help fuel everyone else. People feed off of energy. If you see LeBron slouching, complaining to everybody, you see AD doing what he's doing, you see what D'Lo's doing, it's going to be contagious, and that's why they're down 3-0, and they probably will get swept tomorrow.
Ace.
I just want to say, honestly, the man has, 20 plus years of experience in postseason conversations and everything like that. If you don't think that was strategic, then come on. Just say he said it the wrong time. I feel like when he says it's just basketball, it's subliminal to his teammates saying, like, listen, don't add this extra pressure. Just go out there and play. Him saying it's just basketball is still him having some type of hope and faith in his team, and I'm riding with that. Darvin Ham is a lot of things. But like I said, he only loses to one team, and they're a great team. Everybody else they beat. Second-year head coach, and that's the only team they struggle with. Everybody in the NBA was struggling with them. Now, when you say late-game executions, whatever they do at the end of the first half, just translate it to the second half. They just need to do that. But they professional. They get the millions, I don't. So I'm not going to keep talking about what they should know. I just feel like limit turnovers and everything like that. It is just basketball, but you got 1 million+ fans who need you to kick it in gear. Like I said, I'll cover all of that in the huddle tonight when I see them boys. And the game is tonight, I believe.
Hey, I told y'all they should have lost that playing game. I try to tell y'all. I've been saying it.
But then
they would have had a better matchup against OKC.
Then the narrative is going to be they're running and ducking smoke. Nah, go ahead and
let them run. Who gives a damn what everyone else thinks? You try to get to the conference finals.
I mean, he went and faced them. It's still going to be that. It would have had other people, but why they didn't play the Nuggets and everything. And no offense to you, I realize you're going for Cam Reddish, Cam Reddish wasn't really too hot in the regular season. Like, yeah, you could defend, but we need points too.
He's been better in the regular season than Dinwiddie and Gabe Vincent when he played. When all of them had played and had opportunity, Cam stood out the most.
The Dinwiddie that was clutch in the Bucks game with the defense and experience, or
the Cam Reddish that was clutch against the Clippers with the still on Paul George and Kawhi, the same Cam Reddish that hit the game winning shot in the corner.
Paul George didn't make really too hot either. So
I mean, they're the fourth. They're a playoff team.
We could go game for game all we want. I just, like we all said, I just don't think this roster is constructed for LeBron and them to get over Denver. I heard a lot of like BS. I do agree it wasn't the time and the place to be saying that, but the time and the place to be saying that type of comment, talking about it's just basketball, is never supposed to be stated from the GOAT. Never heard Jordan say anything like that. Never
Do you
heard
remember
Kobe
anything Jordan
like
said,
that.
Peso?
I just never heard nobody vouch for Jordan saying anything like that. So what does that mean? It's just basketball. And I'm trying to get to, does he care anymore?
Oh man, I can't see. You know, I'm not gonna be biased, but we're not gonna act like LeBron don't care. LeBron cares. But so
I think that's a message to his teammates.
Let's not act like the energy would have been different if the series was not down 0-3.
Oh, of course. But you can say that for anyone. I also want to say I seen something where they said LeBron, they lost 11 straight to Denver. And I seen someone talk, because you brought up Jordan, someone's like, oh, that never happened to Jordan. Someone put this out there. Jordan lost 13 straight games to the Boston Celtics. So this whole narrative that
around what time was that? Was that with Pippen and with Rodman?
From 86 to 87. So
that around that time when he had 7 to 8 years of straight losing.
This is also around the time when Larry Bird called that man God, but they still swept him. So I can't.
He averaged like 40 a game in that series, scored 60. His teammates.
He also went 9 for 30. so I mean, we can give the excuses. I understand those points, but the overall point of me bringing it was them saying that never happened to Jordan. Jordan never lost that many times in a row to a team before, which is not.
Yeah, that is obviously a blasphemous ass comment. But moving on, we got a lot of more playoffs to be talking about, man. We could get to Minnesota. That's the next team that's up 3-0 against the Phoenix Suns. Mike, where you at with Anthony Edwards in Minnesota? They're on the tear right now, man.
That dude's the man. He could be the future face of the NBA, doing what he's doing so young. The confidence just oozes from him. It boils over to his teammates. What he's doing is amazing. And as I think they're gonna sweep the Suns. Suns don't have a chance, quite frankly. And you got a lot of other guys stepping up too. Naz Reid, who's gonna, I think, 6th man of the year without a doubt. You got Alexander Walker, who stepped up last night, hitting those threes. You got McDaniels playing defense like he always does. That is a good all-around team. I would not be surprised to see them come out of the West at all this year.
It'll be them in Denver next round.
Yep. I think they're getting the get back from last year. I got the Timberwolves next round as long as there's no injuries.
The floor is yours, fellas. How y'all feel about this series with Minnesota and Phoenix right now?
Don't tell me nothing else about Devin Booker, bro.
The Suns getting packed up.
KD's showing that championship grip.
Anthony Edwards better than Devin Booker?
Yeah.
In this series, yes.
Yeah. He's the best player.
Thank you, Draco. I was about to say for this series, I will concede that.
I'll give it to him.
I do want to say this.
He's close.
The money that Phoenix spent on this roster and everything. Now, granted, as a fan, I've been on the wrong end of a hot Devin Booker, a hot KD, Bradley Beal, not so much, but he can't get hot. I just feel like between those three alone, you have so much scoring potential and output when those guys get going. I'm just surprised they didn't go down swinging either. But hey, it is.
I mean, just watching the series, honestly, is like Minnesota's just taking control of that game every single game, and Phoenix always tries to get close, but they cannot. There's no breathing room for Phoenix at all.
Their defense is elite. The Wolves' defense is elite.
Oh, it's not just elite; it's the best in the league. It's been like that all year,
especially with Karl Anthony Towns coming back.
And not so much with him. He don't play defense. It's really because of Rudy and McDaniels and Ant-Man.
Oh, Rudy the
But
goat.
He's hitting threes though. Cat
but
is a big part of
Cat
that offense.
Cat is a big part of the team. Yeah, I'm just speaking from the defensive side. He not. And actually, the status of him makes him a little better because he can be more side the help side because he has everyone else around him. But I like to apologize because I must have been on some good stuff when we was talking about predictions. I don't know why in the hell I picked Phoenix over Minnesota. I don't know. I know it had to do with Towns, but even still, I don't know.
Did Musa just admit he was wrong? Hold up.
I always admit when I'm wrong.
Is this documented?
And I don't need shades to hide from the fire. Unlike
I'm
you,
not
my
hiding
brother.
from any fire. I'm not hiding from
I
any
messed up too. I thought it was gonna go be a
I will
7-game
say
series.
this. I was gonna wait till the second round once everything is finalized, but since Mike brought it up, I do think I'm gonna go with Minnesota if they was to play Denver in this second round from two reasons. When they played them the first time, Denver said that was their toughest matchup based on the matchups wise, and it was a dogfight. Minnesota couldn't keep leads, hence to the Lakers doing the same thing now. And people forget when they did play them,
the shade.
Jaden McDaniels didn't play because he had a broken hand, as well as I believe I think Rudy was hurt too. It was another key player. Nas Reed, I'm sorry, it was Nas Reed and who's the sixth man of the year now. He was out as well as Jaden McDaniels. So now having them back into the lineup as with them being healthy, I think it should be a great series if everything goes to plan with those series finishing.
I think this shows too why you don't spend $50 million on, well, $150 million overall, but $50 million each on 3 players. It's tough to build a team around that.
They need defense and they need a real point guard. That's the biggest issue. They don't play they play no defense.
And that Grayson Allen injury too affects Phoenix a lot too. He's a very big part of that team, which people don't realize.
He's their best perimeter defender. Yeah. Probably the best defender overall, honestly.
Although he wasn't aggressive on offense.
I just wish that he. I can't really blame this on him, but he looked so better in Milwaukee than he did for Phoenix defensively. I could say that.
He's overshadowed.
Milwaukee wishes that they had him now this year, probably.
So? I don't know. I think this is his best
Drew Holiday too.
I think Grayson Allen. I think he was the leading 3-point field goal percentage for the NBA. So they could use his shooting. He needs to be aggressive though.
Yeah,
and he plays for him.
With Milwaukee, other people were playing defense. In Phoenix, you were the only people really putting it out for defense, and it's like, yo, come on, at least you know that Giannis and Middleton would do some type of defending and everything like that. But that's my take on it.
So much for Bol, right? I wish they would have played him more, but
yeah,
we got a lot more. We got a lot more playoff stuff to talk about, fellas. Make sure everybody watching y'all like the channel. Continue to subscribe. Again, we just got to 100 subscribers. I believe we're at 110, and we still got a long way to go. We appreciate y'all. I know everybody's been waiting for this grade A giveaway. So I kind of want to get into that and get these prizes out to 2 winners. So
see where my name at. Where my name at on this thing?
I told. Listen, we've been promoting for 2, 3, 4 weeks now, and I've been telling everybody it's an unlimited entry. You see the list up there. Everybody was commenting in on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Thank you guys for participating. I told y'all it was an unlimited entry. And some of y'all gonna come to me later. Damn, Peso. Damn, I didn't know we could enter 20 times, 30 times. I told y'all. You comment 30 times, your name's gonna go ahead 30 times. It's just that simple. Anyways, the 2 prizes for reaching us to 100 subscribers will be 2 of your favorite basketball teams' t-shirts. The winners will get contacted by me personally, and then we'll get your address information. And then we'll get that stuff mailed out to you. We're going to have plenty of these giveaways moving forward, y'all. And it's only going to get bigger and bigger and better and better. Again, we appreciate y'all for participating. And let's get to it. First winner.
Let's get the first one. The Pacer. What? We got some football, baseball fans in this. Can they choose that instead?
Yeah, that's cool. Uh-oh. Diary of Amaya. You are the first winner.
Congrats.
Diary of a Maya.
Hey, so you can do another one.
What
He's
you
not
mean?
gonna want it. He's not gonna want it. That's why I laugh. He don't even watch sports. He's one
Oh,
of
you
my
know who that is?
yeah, he's one of my students.
Okay, so
Actually,
I mean, I don't want to. Since you know him personally, you telling me he's not going to want a
she's
good.
not she's not. I literally had her sign up yesterday. Just
She still won though. She still could get something.
How about this?
okay, yeah, Peso
how
definitely.
about this? Let's do this. Everybody watching, I don't want to take it away from her. She'll still get her giveaway. She'll still get her gift, her free sports, whatever she wants. We're gonna do 2 more winners. Let's start.
That's what's up.
Diary of Maya, the first winner. 2 more winners, y'all.
I saw my name on like 3 of them. 2 of them red stripes. So.
Uh-oh.
That's yellow. That's going to yellow.
Get the fuck out of here. What?
Ranisha Mack.
That's how you know this ain't rigged. That's how you know
I
this
got
ain't rigged.
robbed. Yo, that was on red. Are y'all
Congratulations. Congratulations. You're the second winner. We got one more.
Damn.
We're not biased over here on the grade A. We're not biased over here.
One more. Y'all ready?
Yeah, one more.
Let's see.
Another. That's going blue. That's gonna go blue. Nope, stayed on green.
Owens.
Kenny Owens.
Kenny Owens. You are the last and final winner. Congratulations to you guys. Diary of Amaya will contact you guys. Ranisha Mack, Kenny Owens will contact you guys to get those giveaways to you. Listen, when we put stuff out there and it's free and I just tell y'all to comment, y'all better make sure y'all comment, man. I mean, listen, it could be for your kid, your mom. Mother's Day is coming up. If your mom likes sports or whatever, we could have got her a free t-shirt, man. Listen, we're going to have more of these to come. Congratulations to the winners. We'll contact you guys to get those gifts out to you guys. Let's move on. Playoffs. We're back on it, man. I know Ace got to go soon. Let's talk about the Celtics. Again, I know your skin's boiling over there, so where you at? I know you got to get out of here, so let's talk about it.
I've said all I need to say, man. I don't know if I have permission to talk about the almighty Celtics, man. You know, I just feel like, hey, I honestly feel like they probably looked down on Miami in Game 2. To Moose's point during the research and our analytics team that we have backstage, Miami hit a record high. They hit from 3, like they really hit from 3, an insane amount, which Boston's defense allowed for. I just feel like that ISO ball that Celtics play, their downfall at the same time too. But you guys have more of pressing eyes. I see the jerseys. I see the flag behind you, Peso. Jeff, I'm assuming you too.
I'm on a different. I got different thoughts about the Celtics. You know, I got different thoughts about the Celtics. I just don't want to get into it yet.
Let's hear about the Lucky Charms. I mean the Celtics. Go ahead.
I bet the Lakers had. I bet the Lakers wish they had some of that charm.
Well,
we done with the Lakers. We done with the Lakers.
You see how the shot?
Y'all got a weight room in Boston? Like
if we do Draco, KP need to go find it.
That's what I'm saying. That boy weak.
And that's what I wanted to bring up, man. There was a point where Coach Spo made an adjustment, and it was kind of disrespectful. Put Caleb Martin on Kristaps Porzingis, 7'3" versus 6'5", and you telling me that Porzingis 1 for 9, you can't score, you can't, like, what the hell's going on? But Spo made a huge adjustment. He knowing that Kristaps don't have no playoff experience. Not saying that one game took away from that or anything like that, but it was just a good adjustment by a good coach, man. He seen what was going on, and I don't know. I think KP's going to come out big next game. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Mike, what's your take, man?
Well, I got a few things to say. So Jason Tatum, I know I've been a very harsh critic of his this year.
Hey, give Mike the big screen.
I think he's. I think he's. I love what I've seen out of him these first 2 games with court vision, taken a back seat on the scoring to get the assists, and he's been a great rebounder all year. Love what I've seen from him. I think the team goes as Porzingis goes more, though. He's a very important player on the court. When he's not on, the Celtics seem to struggle a lot. When he's on, they seem to excel. But I think Missoula is finally getting exposed once again in the series by Spoelstra. He's not an X's and O coach. That analytics and research team you were talking about, Ace, they can go someplace else. We don't need them here. Because in their mind they're saying, oh, Miami's not going to shoot 50% from 3-point range. Well, guess what? It's happened to you 3 games out in the last 2 series. It's happened. It's going to happen. Contest the jumpers. Missoula comes out and says, oh, these jumpers, most of them are contested. Are you blind, dude? Like, what are you watching? It's crazy. And then you got idiots like Scalabrini saying that Spoelstra intentionally sent Martin out to injure Tatum at the end of the game. I didn't hear anyone else say that. It was a hard foul. It wasn't a dirty play. The organization is just whacked out with a lot of things they say, and they need to get the shit together for the rest of the playoffs, man.
Listen, I completely agree with you. I'll let y'all keep going, but that was a hot take right there. Jeff, where you at with the Celtics, man?
Where do we start, man? Where do we start? Do we start from after the end of last year's playoffs, or like where do we start for real? Because I could break it down for you.
I think we could take it back that far because it's obvious that they're still making the same damn mistakes that they've been making for 6-7 years now.
I will say this since y'all brought it up. I think dating back to the last year's conference finals, the Heat shooting, I think, like 50% at least from the 3 against Boston. So that goes back to you, Mike's point. Like, yeah, we know they got players that don't shoot the 3 that well. Well, they shoot well against us. So you got to play the 3-point line.
That's without Jimmy and Rozier.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jeff, man. I just want to hear your take, man.
All right. So after last year in the playoffs, we had big expectations for the Celtics. Big expectations. I think this year we have a better team, but still big expectations nonetheless. And we saw how it went down. First round against the Hawks, went to 6 games. We go to 7 against Philly. And then now, you know how it ended up with the Heat. But this year, this is a way better Celtics team. We have Porzingis. We have a lot more of an ability to play more creatively and diversify the way that we get our offense compared to last year, where it's just more threes. Now we have more of an inside presence. But what I've seen from the first 2 games has not been super encouraging. Where we have Porzingis. The reason why we got Porzingis and we got rid of Smart was, all right, like we saw that the way that our system of generating offense in the playoffs could get very stagnant. So we get Porzingis where, okay, like if you got Porzingis, you could put him in the mid post. He's got a smaller player on him. That's an advantage right there. Either he gets the easy post up shot that he has like a very like high percentage shot on for the season, and he can make that. And if not, if players want to double him, we have the personnel to get it outside to the 3-point line and get things moving. But I think that the way that we incorporate Porzingis in the offense, and I've been noticing this in the regular season, it's usually like late shot clock. It might be in the first quarter, second quarter when Jaylen Brown and Porzingis are doing their little pick and roll, pick and pop dance, and things are moving well. But I don't think that the Celtics are very intentional in terms of looking at Porzingis as a top offensive option on the team, because you need to have him established as a top offensive option on the team to get things in a different place than we had it as last year. You know what I mean? I don't think that there's any excuse for us losing against the Jimmy Butler-less Heat in game 2. There was a lot of variance in the 3-point shooting, and that's way higher than their season averages. But there's some advanced stats. I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you go on Twitter, Keith Smith NBA, he did a breakdown of all the different shots that Celtics were allowing the Miami Heat to take against them. And there was like a very high, maybe 15 or 16 shots that the Heat took against us that were, by definition, by NBA.com, were defined as wide open. And I don't think there's any reason why we should be scheming wide open shots against the Miami Heat. I don't see like there's any really huge paint threats like Bam. Like Bam's a threat, but like Bam is not the reason why like all of our defensive fundamentals and discipline to go out the window where we're allowing Caleb Martin, Nate, what's this guy's name? Highsmith? I was about to say Aaron Neesmith. Highsmith. This guy Highsmith is
Jimmy Jaquez
balling like Michael Redd against the Celtics, and we're just gonna be like, hey, well, like maybe next time we play against the Heat, they'll make a lower percentage of their wide open shots. I think that's scheming. I think that's bad coaching.
So
They're
let me
too comfortable.
let me ask you this: what you got the Celtics in the series?
Where do I got them?
Mhm.
I mean, after game one, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not a green teamer like that. I'm a huge Celtics fan, huge Tatum fan, but I'm not a green teamer like that. Like, where to the point I'm like, oh, we're gonna win in 5 easy. There's a chance we lose one of the games in Miami this weekend. There's definitely a chance. So it could go 6, it could go 5. 5 or 6 doesn't make me feel confident about this team moving forward because it doesn't make me think that they're learning their lessons that they should have been learning last year and definitely the year before that when they lost in the finals.
Wilson.
Okay. Okay. I will say this. I do want to can we give at least acknowledge Miami in this aspect? Yeah, we know Jimmy's not there. But everyone else that's on that team, minus Jaime Jaquez, who's a rookie, has been on that team when they either went to the finals last year or made that postseason one the last time. So they have the experience and they have the coach. Because we all can agree Eric Spoelstra is a way better coach than Joe Mazzulla, especially with adjustments. So to make it seem like they can't at least make us sweat isn't realistic. However, they did shoot the ball historically against us in game 2 and won only by 10. And that's including with Porzingis being 1 for 9. I think the biggest issue game 2 with us was that we didn't guard the 3-point line, like Mike and Hefe mentioned. And Porzingis has to learn how to make more decisive decisions in the post, whether it's low post or mid post. Like Draco mentioned, there were times where we would dump it into him in the post, and he's getting moved off to his spot by Bam or Martin. And then, or if he gets the ball in the post, the moment he sees the extra defender hedge at him, he's already throwing it back out. And then he's getting the ball back and he's losing the ball. And that's creating easy buckets for Miami. We also need to consider Tyler Hero is now in this series, which he wasn't there last year, which should still provide scoring that Jimmy typically would have had done. So, all in all, I feel like Boston will be fine. I think they win tonight, and I think they can win in 5 or 6. I'm probably going to lean 6. I feel like Miami might still win at home. That home cooking. It's going to be good. I expect Love to might get some shots to fall this game or the next game. So that's my thoughts on it. And also Payne Pritchard was in foul trouble last game, and he didn't even take a shot. That's going to probably change tonight. And Sam Hauser has been playing pretty solid on both ends of the court in this series also.
Draco, bring it on to me, man. Let me get it, man. Let me get it. Just bring it. I know your skin boiling over there too. Just bring it.
My skin ain't
there too.
I just thought this was a series I was just going to sweep. I thought this was an easy series for y'all, but nothing easy. At least y'all got punched in the mouth in the first round by a team that really ain't realistically. Miami wasn't supposed to win no game in this series.
Facts.
I thought they was going
to.
I
gave them 1 or 2 though.
Like 1 or 2
I never thought Boston was sweeping them.
No Jimmy, no Terry Rozier. I thought it was going to be a sweep too.
And I just go off of the way the style of Celtics basketball. Like Miami, we know they're grit. They come out tougher. They come out harder all the time. But it's the way that the Celtics play for me. They settle too much. They're too lazy when they get up. They are no show after like the second half. I mean, the first half. It's just off of Celtics ball. I knew Miami was going to steal at least 1 game. And given how that last game went, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to maybe like 6.
Hey, so hold on. Go ahead, Draco.
Off the last 2 years that y'all had, this should have been the year y'all was ready to just dominate the playoffs.
I agree.
I agree too.
Yeah, I didn't think Miami was gonna sweep. I didn't think Miami was gonna get swept based on matchup stuff. But go ahead, Mike.
Another thing is Drew Holiday. This guy all year in clutch situations has just been downright awful with the ball, with turnovers, horrible free throws,
Yeah.
and in these playoff games, he's been trash, man. Like, and they need better than that. They got him specifically for the playoffs. He needs to step up.
I see me over here talking in the chat, and I need this energy out here, man. Jeff, you stated that Tatum is a number one option fraud.
He's on fraud watch.
Thank you, Peso. I was about to ask him that too. Hold on now.
He's on fraud watch. Yeah. Why is he an undisputed number one option? He hasn't won anything. You saw what he did as a number one option in the finals.
Luka's a number one option. He hasn't won anything.
Then he's on fraud watch as well, but he's also younger than Tatum.
Shai Alexander's a number one option. He hasn't won anything.
Shai's on his first playoff series. He's on fraud watch for the whole series.
It's not his first playoff series, but go ahead.
Who, for Tatum?
For Shai, this is not his first playoff series.
To say that Tatum's on fraud watch is kind of crazy.
I'm sticking to it. Like, you could always have a player that's like really, really offensively talented, great player. Like, he has all the tools that could make him be a perfect number one option. But like, imagine Tatum with Ant's mentality. That's a different player that you got right there. I'm just saying, like, Paul George, amazing offensive player. At some point between the Pacers and when he went to the Thunder, things just had to play out where we're like, okay, maybe he's not a number one option. He's not cut out to be the best player on a team to lead their team to where they got to be. He may be best suited as a number two. He might not have the temperament for it. I think, like, with this team that he has in front of him, with the history, with what happened in the 76ers series, where if he didn't come back and have that crazy comeback in that game and then win the next game against Embiid, Tatum's legacy would not even be us like discussing him as a number one option this year if Tatum didn't save his legacy last year. Like, there's a lot of question marks he got to prove, and I think that this is the postseason for him to prove it. I think he has the talent. I mean, I'm nitpicking because I'm a Boston fan and I have high expectations for my guy, and I'm not gonna be like, well, you know, like, he's not trying. Well, you know, there's this reason or this reason. Also, the greats do what they gotta do to show up in the big moments and pull out for their team, and I'm just waiting. The stage is set. Last year the stage was set. The year before that the stage was set. All I'm saying is, like, now it's time to, like, pull up, like, show what you're made of, and like bring us to that next banner.
Just to I
can't be mad at that take. Go ahead, Musa.
Just Tatum is 26 now. He just turned 26 last month, and Luka and Shai is 25. Shai will be 26 in July. But yeah, I feel like we're nitpicking a little bit. I'm not mad at the take, but I feel like Tatum gets held to a standard that we don't hold up some of these other players to. And I grant it because he has more success team-wise. But at the same time, for example, hypothetically, Shai didn't really play too well game one, but if they lose to New Orleans, which I don't think they are, he's not going to get the same criticism that Tatum would get if he loses to his Miami team, even with Jimmy not being there or Terry. So I feel like it's a little bit of nitpicking, but I'm not mad at your take. But I don't know about the fraud watch yet. If they don't make it to at least if they don't make it to the finals, I can agree a little bit. But if they lose the first, second round, then I'm with you with that.
For me, if they lose to anybody not named the Nuggets, I'm pretty much like, I'm not really like giving that much grace next year.
I would take it that far.
If they lose to Minnesota,
yeah, the Wolves definitely. Yeah.
You think if the Wolves maybe, but I think that the Celtics are a better team than the Wolves. I think that
Let's not overreact.
I think they're better, but because it's your first time watching. One thing I like to really look into with the teams is the matchup. I think even though most of us probably believe Boston's a better team, matchup wise, Minnesota fits perfect against us as well as Denver, which it shows in the regular season matchups because Minnesota has everything you need to defend everything that Boston combats. That's strong at. Boston's strong suit is a 3. Minnesota has the wing depth and defenders to defend that, and you have the rim protection. So I think matchup-wise, it'll be good.
I don't think Gobert is stopping Porzingis outside of the 3-point line.
You wouldn't have to do that
Bring
because
Rudy
you could
out.
put
Bring
because
Rudy out. It's a different story.
you could put Towns there, and
Towns.
also Rudy's not that bad on the perimeter. And even if he has to guard Porzingis, it's not Porzingis is beating him to the spot. Porzingis is not quick off the dribble, so it's actually
I'm
not
saying
as
behind the
of an
3-point line,
issue.
bring Rudy outside. It's a
Go
different
ahead.
story.
But he's
But
I
he's still
think
7 feet, so that's
I
going to
think
be a tough shot anyway.
I think it's a real good point with the matchups. And then I'll let you go with your take, T. I don't think Minnesota's going to put Rudy on Porzingis. Porzingis is going to be in that paint.
Who they gonna put on Porzingis?
Karl Anthony Towns.
Outside, it's still not good. I don't think
It's
it's
still
good.
not, but the way the Celtics, if you watch the Celtics basketball, which I know you do, the way they do is that 5 and out, and it opens up the lanes for JT and JB, and they're not going to score as easy on Rudy Gobert as we think.
Okay, let's roll with what you're saying. Fine. They put Cat on Porzingis. Who's guarding JT? Who's Rudy guarding?
Rudy's on KP, in my opinion.
You think
No,
Rudy?
you said Cat is guarding Porzingis, right?
I said you could.
Who's Rudy guarding?
You could put Cat on Porzingis, but I personally wouldn't do that.
Who's your worst 3-point shooter? Drew Holiday?
No.
Who is it?
Actually, I don't. It could be
In the starting lineup. It's
probably Tatum or Brown. No, Drew's one of the best. Drew's one of the. Well, no, they said that being the corner. I had to look it up.
Drew, Sam Hauser, and Peyton Pritchard are the top 3-point shooters, and Al Horford on the team.
White's sort of fallen off from the 3 as the season's gone on. He still hits the clutch ones, but he doesn't take as many at the same time, too.
So, to be honest, I would love a matchup against the Wolves. I don't think they match up that great.
They matched up against them good in the regular season. The
Let's
Wolves
go down
beat
the
them
list.
and then took them to overtime in their own building.
Let's go down the list.
Mike Conley. Hold on. You have Drew at the 1, White at the 2. You have Brown at the 3, Tatum at the 4, KP at the 5. With Minnesota,
Horford and Hauser off the bench.
I'm just gonna do the starting 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him on Drew or Derek White. But the only thing is Derek White needs to running around, so they gotta know when to switch and stuff. But
yeah, I agree with that, Draco. Then you have Minnesota. You have Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, who, by the way, I've been saying that McDaniels is one of the best wing defenders in the league.
I don't take that from him. Yeah, you're right.
And Rudy. I would probably, if I'm Boston, I would put Towns in a lot of pick and roll because he'll probably be matched up on Tatum, and that's a mismatch on the perimeter. Especially because of the knee injury, which is probably one of the reasons why I picked Phoenix over them, but I was still smoking. I don't know what was wrong with me with that.
If that
even then, we shoot the ball too much.
If that series was to go down, I still believe, just like Jeff stated earlier, I still believe that's a Tatum series.
Yeah, Tatum has been playing pretty well
with the Wolves.
Yeah, so we said because so just to rewind before you clips to catch up, we was saying Hefe said the only team that he can see us losing to without giving us too much scrutiny, we as in the Celtics, would be Denver. I brought up, I like Minnesota will be another team I'll put in that same realm because of their defensive scheme and the matchup.
The only team y'all allowed to lose to is Denver, bro. We just gonna leave it right there. That's the only team y'all allowed to lose.
I'm not gonna sit here and agree with that. The Celtics shouldn't lose the finals period this year.
No. I don't think they're gonna lose pace. So what I'm saying to you, if depending on who make it out the West, like if y'all match up against the Clippers, God forbid, y'all should beat
Clippers ain't getting there.
No, I'm saying it don't matter who the team is to make it out of. The only team out in the finals that I accept a loss from is Denver. Everybody else you should clear. Everybody else y'all should clear.
Why do you feel that way for Minnesota? I don't anyone
because
else
they're young.
Denver, Minnesota.
I really don't. And Edwards is young. That team really hasn't experienced a lot together. They still have a lot to figure. They're playing great. They're playing sound out. But
see,
unit don't like that unit. I don't think
to that specific point right there. It kind of drives me nuts because I go back and I look at the Celtics in the past 5 years. Yeah, we could say that they don't have that experience, but the Celtics still play like they don't have any fucking experience.
Oh
Really
yeah,
I don't want to. I don't want to.
moments and stuff.
that's
I don't
the
want to
issue, though.
overreact. I don't want to overreact to the loss we took from Miami last
What
game.
you mean? You need to
I understand.
overreact. What you mean? You need to.
It was a historic game from
No,
Miami
it's not a.
side. Historic
Don't let
23
the don't let
threes.
the
It's
yo,
not
don't
gonna happen.
don't let that word fool you on historic. Don't let that fool you. They only throwing that out there. Y'all didn't play no defense on the perimeter. That's why y'all lost. Don't be fooled on. It was
Agree
a one in a lifetime
100%.
night. It wasn't a one in a lifetime night.
I mean,
They hit a couple. Y'all got lazy on the perimeter. Everybody got comfortable. And y'all let Tyler here and all them boys just do what they do.
You think it's gonna happen? You think it's gonna happen
things can
again?
be true.
That
Think it's
game
gonna
can
happen
happen
again?
That game can happen again if y'all don't put your hand up on the perimeter. It's basketball. When you
Two
have a
things can be true. They can play lazy and they also can shoot historical.
Here's
I
what
don't
I
see them
think the
shooting
problem
23
is.
threes again in the series.
I don't think they're making 23
I bet you they
threes
make.
again
I
either.
bet you if y'all let them get hot, they go
But
shoot.
just like we stated earlier, it's been 3 times already where they shot over 50% from 3. They may not make 23 threes, but shooting at a high clip is something that we obviously cannot
No,
address.
I'm not disputing the high clip part. I'm just using the historical part because it was historic. But we can also say Porzingis is not gonna go 1 for 9 again either, and Pritchard's not gonna not go without taking a shot and be. Well, he could probably get foul trouble. But
Can I ask y'all a question? And y'all
Bam
eyes, what happened?
Bam
What happened that
Adebayo
game?
might happen.
Everybody here watched that game, fair? Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Game 2, yeah.
In y'all opinion, what happened? What was the reason why they lost? I don't think it was the threes.
Besides the historic 3-pointers, I think Bam Adebayo needs to be stopped. You can't have him, like, I don't know who he was. All of a sudden, he couldn't miss in the paint. He has that jumper, that midi, like, automatic.
Always
that
had
needs to
that,
stop.
though.
But if you watch the game, when you're watching the games, Bam's making some tough. It's not like he's just getting stand-up mid-range. He's taking fall-away shots from the post.
Yeah, but
he's making tough shots.
Bam's been doing that to us the past couple of years. We've been playing each other in the playoffs
since the bubble.
But he's just making tough shots.
I think the issue was that Tatum wasn't as aggressive as he was in the first half. Game 2, simple.
Now, do you feel like
I think Porzingis more than Tatum, but okay.
Because he wasn't aggressive, they tried to overcompensate on being aggressive on shot takes in the second half, and it looked bad. And
I think they got away.
It was at the wrong time.
I think they got away from what they did in the first quarter, as far as like running scheme plays, and also what really was one of the big issues that I mentioned was they didn't play up on the 3 because there was times where Brown would get pick and roll, and he didn't put effort to fight over the screen. You got Hero getting easy 3-point shots, or whoever's the help man, he's not hedging up to play the shot, and Porzingis losing the ball in the post and not being decisive enough when he got the ball in the post. Hence why he went 1 for 9. I feel like Mazzulla is another blame because he could have adjusted after the first half to do different lineups so you can get KP in the game with Tatum on the bench to get KP his rhythm. Because let's be honest, even though he went 1 for 9 shots for Porzingis is not enough, especially because you run the offense through Porzingis.
It's because the two young stars, they wanted to take over.
And this is kind of when I.
But that's because Porzingis they was playing through Porzingis early in the first quarter. He just wasn't getting anything done. So then they realized that, so they got aggressive. Or they probably got blown out in the first half.
Listen, just stop Bam. Get aggressive with Bam. Push him around. Foul him if you need to, and then I think we good.
That's not gonna happen.
Who else is gonna beat us?
That's not gonna happen.
I don't believe in this Caleb Martin train. Like,
well, you better believe in it because he cooked us last year. I said it last year. He should have been the conference finals MVP. He should have been conference finals MVP last year.
How do y'all?
I don't care
Go ahead.
I don't care if he shot. He hurt him when he shoot the ball. Guard it because he's been cooking us.
We got to understand, man, like the Celtics is like one of the only teams that allow, I'm not going to say Caleb Martin's a no name, but allow these really underrated players to shine, man. And it's off of just being lazy. It's off of just laziness.
Here we go, Peso. Thank you.
It's off of just laziness. Like, listen, I want the Celtics to win. I got them winning the finals, and I stated it before. If this is how it's going to be, You guys are getting the fuck out of here. And it's that simple. It's that simple. I want the Celtics to win the finals, but at the same time, I'm going to be a realist. I want them to lose because Mazzulla needs to get fired and get out of here. He is not the appropriate coach for those guys. If Coach Ime was there, totally different situation.
You think
Absolutely.
so? Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for this reason. You think so? Because Coach Ime is the same coach that did play that dumbass drop coverage against Golden State and gave up a championship he should have won.
Yeah,
but
I ain't gonna lie.
So
that finals, right? I don't think that was all Ime. I think y'all
He delivered
That was on
that.
Tatum.
That was Tatum and
No,
Brown.
no.
Brown's
turnovers,
on Tatum.
the turnovers was crazy.
That was on
Oh,
Tatum.
no.
Brown had no left hand for real, and then Tatum
I'm not disagreeing with the Tatum and Brown turnovers, but it was also acknowledged he purposely played drop coverage. That's all eBay.
Yeah, and
remember game 1, I said in the group chat, why the hell is he having Horford drop coverage against Stephen Curry? What are we doing?
And I totally agree. I just think that Ime would have adjusted the following season and the following season after that. That was his first run. Give him a hand clap to making it to finals with that team that year, going against an experienced Golden State. He's seen the scheme. He didn't have the appropriate scheme. Adjustments would have been made the following year. I think Tatum and Brown's game, yes, they have progressed since he's left. They progress every single year, but it would have been more defensive grit from those guys. It would have been more offensive, better schemes. It would have never been this whole analytical shit with shooting all these threes that we're seeing from these guys. It's just Mazzulla ball is just not it. It's just not it.
So if they win the championship, it would give Mazzulla any credit for that?
No.
That's hypocritical.
What?
Okay.
No.
If he
That's hypocritical.
No.
But okay.
It's not
Because it's already hypocritical by the
adjustment.
media, but not even giving him recognition. He's the only 60-win team in the season.
My
To be
take-
the only 60-win team and win the chip, and he gets no credit for that. That's hypocritical.
My take on coaching when it comes to me in basketball, a coach could tell you what to do and how to run the play. If you don't go out there and execute and do some dumb shit and not listen to the coach, who's the blame on? The coach told you what to do. You didn't do it. So who's the blame on? I'm not going to sit here and say that Coach Mazzulla gets no credit, but I'm not giving him half of that credit because it's up to those players. It's up to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown at the end of the day.
You say that, but then if Boston lose, the first thing you're gonna say is fire Mazzulla, so he gets all the blame.
I think we should fire him right now.
Critical
You don't
part
need to
right
wait.
there. There is no, Basil just said that. He literally just said that.
Off of the schemes and how they play, yes, I don't agree with that. He needs to get out of here. But if they win the finals off of that scheme, I'm not going to sit here and give him full credit off of that.
So if he draws up a scheme and the players execute the scheme and they win the championship, he doesn't get enough credit. But if he draws up the schemes and the players don't follow through on that and they lose, he gets all the blame. Are we not seeing the hypocrisy?
I never stated that he gets all the blame. I never.
You said he gets fired, which means he's getting fired because he didn't do his job, which means he gets all.
That's
the blame.
That's just the way the league is now. The same thing with Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham's probably about to get fired off of this situation right now.
That's not that ain't a problem.
That's because he ain't making no adjustments.
Okay,
and Mazzulla has the same issue. He continues to run with his scheme and he does not make adjustments. So
Darvin Ham don't make it. Darvin Ham don't have no schemes. He just stands there.
Yo, my boy Darvin Ham, he write names on the clipboard during the timeout. He give motivational speeches.
Listen, man. Listen, you know, we talking about the Celtics quite a bit, man. I just leave it at this. I still got them going to the finals. I got them winning.
Can I ask y'all a question?
It's gonna be a tough roll. It's gonna be a tough roll, though.
What do y'all feel like is the clearest series right now? We've watched every series.
Phoenix, Minnesota, Denver, LA. Also, just put out there, Cleveland's up 5 right now in Game 4.
OKC and Pels too.
I'm gonna go Indiana in Milwaukee, just off of the news that we just heard that Dame might be missing next game. I think Jeff threw it out there in the chat too. You got an Achilles situation going on.
Let me look that up. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Wait.
Doug Rivers did say that after the game 3 that they mentioned to him about something with his Achilles during the overtime. But
So
also I remember folks scoffed at me when I mentioned Pascal Siakam on that tier list
He's been going
a couple
crazy.
weeks. Like
He's
because
been
I
going
know
crazy.
but
that
that's
team
neither
played
here
So
nor
wait, I
there.
got a question. Wait,
Who
Pascal,
Drago?
he played what? He played
Milwaukee.
the 3
Wait,
or
hold on,
he
but
played the 3 or the 4? Oh, go ahead.
Milwaukee played defense.
Fuck
They've been
no.
trying.
Neither does Indiana.
Siakam is going crazy because there's no defense being played.
Man, hey, call it what you want. The man averaging over 30 on a double-double. Someone got to be out there. But Indiana
Clip,
don't play no defense either, so that's like it's a 50. It's like give or take.
Clips, where my boy Bobby at, man?
Dude,
He was doing his thing towards the end of the season.
Yo, listen, I he ain't guarding Pascal.
Hey, man.
He's balling. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll say it live here. My take on Bobby Portis wasn't great. I'm not gonna say it wasn't great. It was on point. I just didn't like him. I don't think he's all that. But he is playing substantially better with Giannis out the lineup. When Giannis ain't there and it's Dame, Middleton, it's all them boys, he played better. He got that. He's hooping. He got that.
Damian Lillard, he's doubtful. Damian Lillard might not play tomorrow. But Giannis is getting close to returning.
Giannis ain't playing.
By the time he
They'll be
get
home.
ready to return, they're gonna be on the exit seat.
So they lose, right? Do they fire Doc?
Doc's gonna have one more year there
They
before they
could, but I
fire
don't
him.
think they
I'm
will.
not gonna lie to you. Fire Doc from right now.
Because it was already a lose-lose situation once he got the job.
They were crazy last year. Like
They just threw him in there.
Did y'all see that block by Andre Jackson in that game? Boy,
the volleyball spike.
What?
I
don't know why he hasn't been playing him more. He's one of the better perimeter defenders.
That's been a fun series.
And they need to play Beauchamp. I don't know why Marcus
Beauchamp
Beauchamp ain't playing.
Real quick, y'all, because there's still a lot more to talk about. But I want to get to the NFL draft. Is there anything else? I know we got the Knicks series with Philly. I know we got the Pelicans and OKC. Is there anything else?
For MVP.
Clippers Mavs.
Clippers
Mavs
MVP.
is crazy.
Joel Embiid's dirty, and they should be up in that series. But Joel Embiid's dirty player.
If Joker sweep the Lakers, he get the MVP. Watch.
We got a lot of basketball coming up, man. The playoffs is going on right now, as you guys know. But I want to get to the NFL draft because I want to get to watching these games. I ain't even gonna lie. Let's talk about it. The NFL draft happened this past Thursday. Of course, we know Caleb Williams went the number 1 pick. But I'm gonna start off with Mike, man. Where you at? Just give your take on the draft. How you feeling about the picks? We know your team is the Dolphins.
Yep, they're gonna get some criticism, but
where you at, man?
Okay, strap in. This is gonna be a lot. So I'm gonna go down the board. I'm gonna mix in what the teams did, not go necessarily pick by pick. So we'll start off with 1, Chicago, Caleb Williams. I think it's a great pick. He's got to show leadership skills, though. If he can show that leadership skill, I think he has the potential to be a top 3 quarterback in this league. I think the Bears are a playoff team next year. Love the pick with Rome Odunze. With Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and the defense they got, I think that team is going to be in the playoffs next year without a doubt. Jaden Daniels to Washington, I think it's a 50-50 thing. I don't think he's going to really show in this league, personally myself, but I could see it happening. He has the potential, but I don't think it'll work out. Number 3 pick, New England. I think they totally botched it with all the quarterbacks going this early. You could have got a much better trade package for the picks than
Mac Jones 2.0.
No.
I think it'll work out like that when it's all said and done. They're definitely different players, but I'll go deeper on that. Drake May, his footwork is atrocious. His deep ball is poor, to say the least. He's not going to have wide receivers 20 yards open in every direction in this league. If you look at the tape on him, the deep ball is underthrown most of the time. It's tough for him to play under the center, and I don't think he's gonna be successful in this league at all. If I was New England, if I didn't trade and I was going to take a player, I would have taken Marvin Harrison Jr. The man is a generational talent, or Joe Alt, because they need an offensive line. They have no offensive line whatsoever. So that being said, Arizona taking Marvin Harrison, great pick. Chargers taking Joe Alt, also great pick. Now we go down to Atlanta with Michael Penix Jr.
Hold on, before you get to Atlanta, I got to because I don't trust no quarterbacks coming on North Carolina. So as you can tell, I wasn't too big on the Drake May pick. I will say, watching this tape, he can make every throw. He can make every throw. He can throw with the left hand also. A lot of people's comping him to Josh Allen because of his size, his ability to throw the ball. And I don't think it's too much of a reach considering if you remember how Josh Allen was coming out of college also. He needed a lot of work too, especially with the footwork and decision making. And he turned out to be what he is now. I pray that he's like that because I wanted Jaden Daniels. I think he's gonna be good in this league. I got to see Washington's gonna build around him because I just don't trust Washington. I'm happy for Terry McLaurin. He finally got a quarterback to throw the ball. And as far as Caleb Williams go, there's no excuses. He might be the only number one pick who's a quarterback that I can remember being drafted to a team that's well put out for him. You have everything you need. You have 2 elite tackles. You have the running backs. You have a tight end. You have 3 receivers who can be the number one in Romeo Duzzi, like you mentioned, Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, and you have a top 12 defense. So, and you're in a division that can be won. I think the only legit. Well, you have Green Bay and Detroit. I think they're both going to be better than Chicago still, but I think he can make a run to the wild card. I don't think the NFC is going to be that strong top heavy.
Yeah, the other thing with the Patriots too, Jalen Polk, 2nd round pick that they got, the wide receiver from Washington, phenomenal pick. He would be a number 1 receiver on almost every team in the country if this wide receiver class wasn't so deep. I think that's a phenomenal pick, a steal in the 2nd round that they got him. With me going to Penix now, I think Penix is my favorite quarterback with the exception of Caleb Williams coming out of the draft. I just don't think it makes. I
don't like him in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think you're doing Michael Penix a disservice because to have $100 million quarterback, I understand he's older, coming off injury. It's good for the organization, but doing that disservice to Penix could really hurt his career. Now, J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota.
You think that's a disservice?
Yeah, he's going to have to sit. He's going to have to sit. He's NFL ready.
That's good. That's good for him to sit though.
Not when he's 24 years old. Drake May's situation when he's 21 is okay, but older quarterbacks have not had a good track record coming out and sitting.
I agree with the age part, but also I want to put it on the radar is Kirk Cousins still come up for Achilles injury. We don't know how good he's going to be. He probably get dinged up again. I think him sitting will help him as far as learning the offensive playbook. And him being healthy. So that was the biggest reason why he wasn't a top quarterback in the draft was his health with the shoulder, the ankle, and things like that. So I think it's good. I love him being in Atlanta for the simple fact they have all the pieces on offense. You have the running backs, you got the receivers, you have the tight ends, you have a D tackle. Your defense can use a few more pieces. Even though I like AJ, I like the corner Terrell. He's one of the best corners in the league. They just need a quarterback. I think it'll be good for him because he might play in second half of the season, especially if Kurt's not holding up his bargain and he gets hurt. How you feel about J.J. McCarthy though? Because
that's what I was about to say next. That now we want to talk about Mac Jones 2.0. That's Midwest Mac Jones. The dude's a fourth rounder. It's ridiculous. This is where we start to get into the crazy thing. Denver taking Bo Nix. That's criminal. He's taken higher than the 4th round. I think Zach Wilson will turn his career around in Denver. I think Sean Payton will guide him down the right thing. That's just a terrible overreach.
I don't know about that part.
It's disgusting. I know it's a hot take. We'll see what happens on that one. Vegas taking Brock Bowers. Phenomenal pick.
That's a steal.
Yeah, steal. As we go down, we'll go to Miami. We'll actually go to Pittsburgh with Troy Fantanu. That's a great pick at the guard position. Miami with Chop Robinson, overrated player. There was no reason to get him.
I got one thing, and the rich keep getting richer. So Kansas City.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
Kansas City really stole.
Xavier Worthy,
the top 3 receiver in the draft to me. Realistically,
you think so?
Buffalo's stupid for trading them that pick.
I like Xavier Worthy. I love his.
I like his game. I watched his tape, but my thing is, Kansas City has a bad history. Other than Tyreek Hill And the jury's still out with Rasheed Rice, obviously, but they have bad history with these receiver picks, especially because they always go speed and it don't turn out for them. But I hope so because he's one of the few receivers that can have the elite speed and can run the route tree. So I hope it works out. I like his game, and I know Michael's probably gonna get to it, and you probably gonna mention it. The Ravens didn't have to move at all and got one of the best corners in the league in the draft, and Nate Wiggins. And Philly had a perfect draft for what they needed. Also.
I would have drafted Cooper DeJean over Nate Wiggins personally myself, but I think with Buffalo they made the dumbest move of the night out of any team trading it to Kansas City. Did you not learn trading the 10th pick to Kansas City to get Pat Mahomes a few years ago? And now the team that's knocked you out of the playoffs multiple times now, we're going to give Pat Mahomes a weapon and Xavier Worthy when you just traded Steph Diggs yourself. It is hands down the dumbest decision of the draft and maybe the dumbest decision of the decade, I think.
I also like Buffalo still picking up Keon Coleman.
Yes, they got him. State. Yeah, I just wouldn't have traded that to a
Keon
team
Coleman
that knocked me
good.
out.
But yeah, Cooper DeJean going to Philly was a great pick.
Yep.
Because all they needed really now was some help on the back end with Slay. Because they got Devin White, they got the front four, they got the offense. They just need more help.
I think the offense is going to struggle this year.
It's gonna have its struggles, but I think they'll be fine in the long run. I feel like having Cooper DeJean learning from Slate and you brought Garner Johnson back, it's only going to benefit them.
Yeah, that's all I got.
But Clunkley was a good pickup for
I think he's too undersized. He went to the Chargers. I think he's too undersized. I don't think
he's going to be good for the slot.
Yeah, but they don't have the other receivers there around him anymore. No Mike Williams, no Keenan Allen. So they're going to be.
Right. I think this is going to be a work in progress. I think this is a good building block.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like Arizona picking up Marvin Harrison Jr. I just don't.
Why? That's a generational
talent. Or just a person? You want him to go somewhere else?
I want him to go somewhere else. I do not like.
Yeah, he should have came to New England.
Enough. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that.
New England should have picked him, and I would have traded to get T. Higgins.
You drafted him to a toilet bowl. Like they ain't never winning that. He just gonna waste his years.
Well, you can say the same thing for Malik Neighbors when he got Daniel Jones.
Musa, what's your take on Caleb Williams and the Bears this year? How you think he's gonna do over there?
I think he'll be solid. I don't think he's gonna have the CJ Stroud off the bat impact, but I think he can be competitive. I think their ceiling this year is probably the wild card if everything goes right. Because, like I said, I don't think the NFC is going to be as top heavy as it is going to be in the AFC. And he's going to have to battle against Green Bay, and he's going to have to battle against
Detroit.
I got them going 9-7.
So I like what they can do. I got to see how he plays in the cold because he's going to have to go to Green Bay when it get cold.
Yeah.
Isn't he a Chicago? Is he from Chicago or the Midwest somewhere, or is he from LA?
I'm not sure.
I don't know offhand. But Oklahoma and LA aren't cold weather climates, to say the least.
Yeah, man. It was a pretty good draft, though. We're gonna see what these dudes do. Like I said before, man, there's plenty of basketball to watch today. I want to get to the games. I know y'all want to get to the games too. Everybody, thank you again for watching. Thank you again for tuning in. Congratulations to the 3. Yes, it was supposed to be 2, but we did 3 winners. We will contact you guys by email and get those gifts out to you guys and let you know the further steps you got to take to receive that stuff. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you subscribe. You see the socials down below. Thank you again. We can't thank you enough for all the subscribers that we have gotten. Still got a long way to go. Tune in. Enjoy the playoffs. We out.
Brady 8.
Hey, run that thing up.